I am live. All praise be to the Most High Yah, the prime creator of all existence, near and far. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Welcome back to 3T's, where we tell the truth. Yes, yes. Pray everyone is doing all right. Some challenging times, very challenging times for the entire world. So, what am I going to discuss with my people today to enlighten my people about today? Well, it's still what I call the training ground for Yah's Anointed, excuse me, but it's titled The Inversion, and I'll get to that. All right, let's begin because I've been challenged, but I have to do what I have to do no matter what's going on. I still have to do what I have to do no matter how I feel or whether I'm ready or not. I still have to do what I have to do. I have to let my people know, enlighten my people about what's going on in this world around us, and keep telling you until you get it, because that's what's going to save us getting it and then standing and fighting. So I'm fighting on my part now. We need everybody else to fight. So let's get into this. I love you all. I love all my people. Mm, just want you to know that. So let me get into this. Now, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, so I'm going to try to go through this as fast as I can without taking up too much of your time. So if I sound like I'm going fast, it's because I'm trying to get it done fast. But I'm make sure I'm sorry, explain things to you that need to be explained. So let's get into it right away. Now, I started with this. I said, the heathens said among themselves, let's wipe away from their minds, from their history. Let's wipe it away. Let's wipe it away, their history from their minds. And what? Let's put our faces and images in place of theirs. Let's white it out. All their paintings, hieroglyphs, carvings, reconstruct and alter their stones, statues, and monuments, cause them to forget who they are, where they come from, make their history our history. So that's what's going on in this world with our Black people. Another nation has taken our history and made it their history and trying to mind control us to believe that we don't have a history. But the truth of the matter is, they stole our history because they're ashamed of their own history. Of course, we have the greatest history of all times. Everything about us was great when we were doing right. So let me continue. I got some scriptures. Proverbs chapter 28, verses 4 and 5. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. So oppose them, don't agree with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yah understands all things. This is the reason why I can see things that most people would judge me about, who have already judged people in history about. But we can't worry about that. That's why we're persistent and we continue to try to enlighten the people about what's really going on here and not worry about how people feel about it. So forget the past. When we bring up the past, Black people all over, when we bring up the past, white America and other nations tell the Black people to forget about it, get over it. It's the past. They don't care or consider how the damage of their ancestors and our ancestors, plus their nation today, have detrimental which is harmful, very harmful, effects on Black people today. So everything that they have done, what our ancestors have done, has destroyed our people today. And people don't want to admit it, but it's in our face. And now I thank Yah that He's bringing it all to surface, that He's making people see what's happening, because it's not just the small circle who were awakened anymore. He's making everybody see, and I'll tell you why. Even our own leaders, so-called leaders, or recognized spokesmen that speak on behalf of Black people, the women and men, they're saying slavery was a thing of the past. Yeah, we all know it was a thing of the past as far as physically, like looking at people with chains, and I'll get to that in a minute. They're saying that the Caucasians should just provide reparations to us, that we should work towards fixing, or they should compensate us for our ancestors' excruciation, which was a great suffering, as if our troubles is a thing of the past. They say it like if the thing is over, like there's no hate towards us today. Our people talk as if these devils don't oppress our people in our generation now, in the current age, in our present age. I wouldn't be discussing this, excuse me. I wouldn't be discussing this if it was only something from the past, if it was just history. If Black people were loved and respected, I wouldn't be having this conversation. If we were being treated righteously, I wouldn't be making this video. So that's letting you know that it's not we're not being treated right still to this day. We're not. And I thank Yah that He is enlightening the world about it right now. And we'll see where it goes, because there's a lot that's going to happen, and it's going to get worse before it gets better for our people. That's what I do know. So if we don't have our minds right and you're not ready, I can't even tell you what will happen to you, because I'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to get out of place. This is the reason we all need to be mindful, though, open minded about who and what we hear and listen to, because without listening to every spoken word, you can ignorantly hear something that sounds good to you and underhear the deception and lies spoken at the same time. But that's why when you doubt anything, you should question everything. Allowing ourselves to forget the past opens the doorway for it to happen again. A door open for the past to repeat itself. So if we ignore it and act like it didn't happen, it could happen again. That's why we have to conquer these negative things about our people from the past that they try to keep bringing in our present, and try to say, oh, it's nothing. No, it is something, because they want it to happen again. It never really stopped. It just changed, and it's just certain things that the Most High Creator put in place, where they are bound to do certain things unless we go outside of that boundary. So that's why they lure us out of the boundary, so that they can do all these harmful things to us. They tempt us, with their money, food, material things, other material things, all sorts of stupid things. All the people who did not forget about the past, who were here before us, are the reason all our Black people are not in a shackle slavery today. Our people fought to get us to this place we're at right now. They fought for us. They fought for us to be here, to where I could be on this camera making a video. They fought for us so that I can sit here and tell you the truth about what's going on. That's why things happen, because they fought for us, not because we just earned this freedom ourselves today. No, there's people who they don't even mention who fought for us. They died for us. They don't even acknowledge those people. Some of them are lost in history because they don't want you to know that people fought for us to get us here. Everything that brought us out of anything harmful to our people was fought to get out of. It didn't just happen because we sat there hoping on a prayer. No, they fought for us. You have to fight for what you need. We have to fight for our future. We have to fight for our children. We have to fight for our families. You can't just stand here waiting on someone to come in and make it work for us. Yes, our creator is our power. We do have to call upon him, but we have to find unity within ourselves, a bond within ourselves, and then we call upon him, and his power rests upon us to move things out of our way. He is our guide. He is our help. We can't do it without him. And that's the truth. That's why we're in this situation now. Ignorance, but we'll get to that. But basically, if we forget about things, we make it easy for it to happen again. So, and slavery is a big thing, a big factor. I'm sorry, I'm hot too. So I'm sweating now. But slavery was a big destruction on our people, and these devils want it to happen again. They didn't want it to end. But if it wasn't for the blacks and their uprising who fought for us, it probably would still be going on right now. We probably would be the only people enslaved right now. Okay. But it can happen again. But I thank y'all that the people didn't forget about us. Our people fought to get us this limited freedom that we and our people enjoy today. But if we don't wake up and fight for our freedom, our own freedom, our men, women, and children will be enslaved in the future if Yah doesn't show up first to deliver us. But we don't know when he's going to do what he got to do. We don't know the day. We don't know the hour. We don't know none of that. So we have to do what we're supposed to do with what we have available to us right now. Well, mental slavery. We're not in shackle slavery anymore. At least some of us, some of our people are in shackle slavery. They in the prisons and the jails. So it's still a slavery. And truth be told, our people are in a mental slavery. Most of our people are in a mental slavery, whether they know it or not. How many people believe any of the information that I've shared? I've shared a lot. I basically gave it all to people, like in a bulk, but not breaking it all the way down to the smallest detail. But I have given a lot of information that basically hit every point of what's going on around us. And how many people really would want to believe that that's happening, or are they comfortable being ran over? Well, this is what our Most High Yah said in Isaiah chapter 5:13. He said, "Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. And the honorable men are famished," which is like starved, "and their multitude dried up with thirst." Now, he's saying they're famished because they're spiritually starved and thirsty, dried up. You can't see nowhere except right in front of you. You don't have that vision that like we used to have, our men used to have. They don't have that anymore. At least most of them don't. But like I said, I thank Yah, he's awakening our people. So a lot of them are getting their mind back. Jeremiah chapter 4:22. "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish," or intoxicated, something like that. They're sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. So that's twice he said we didn't have knowledge. And this time he said we lacked understanding. Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because they have rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shall be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Yah. I will also forget thy children. Now, people say that things happened back then and they look at it as if we're free. People must don't know what being free is. Free is not just living out in the air and, you know, the way it appears right now to us. Free is when your children can go wherever they please and not be hurt, where the women can go anywhere they want and don't have to worry about someone trying to target them for rape. The men can go anywhere they want without being accused or profiled of committing a crime or looking suspicious. You know, that's just the a touch of what's going on, not even near what actually is happening around us. And most of our people know, they're aware of it. So I don't understand why people don't put the effort in to try to come together and change this. I really don't understand, but I understand that change is coming either way. Now, I just talked about how they said if art, when we talk about the past to them, they say, "Oh, get over the past." Okay. Now Esau, the heathen, the Gentile, the Caucasian, the red man, the tares of the earth, the devil in the flesh, the caveman, the Nephilim, all the names of our primary enemy, number one on the list. Runner up is the Mexicans, then the Asians, then the Africans, and the list goes on. White says get over the past, but their past is their fuel for their behavior towards us. They make commercials telling us their history. It's so easy that a caveman can do it. We haven't been no caveman like that. We wasn't considered caveman, even though some of our people did live on mountains and all that. They say it's so easy that a caveman can do it. They mock us, by reminding themselves where they come from, the Caucasus Mountains, often, or what they say somewhere over there near Europe. That's how they ended up in Europe, because that was not their natural land. It was stolen like every other land they touch. By reminding themselves where they come from, that's their inheritance. As it was written in the book of Malachi, where when I told you guys the last video, when the Most High, well, when they were saying to themselves, this is the Most High was saying what they were repeating what they were saying when they were saying we are impoverished and we will go and build the land, rebuild the lands, and all of that thing. But they were basically saying that they were impoverished, poor. Impoverished is reduced to poverty, deprived of strength, deprived of vitality, creativeness. They were uncivilized, ill manners. So they had bad or poor manners. They were impolite, discourteous, and rude, or things like that. Vitality means extraordinary or great force or strength and energy, spiritually, intellectually, or mentally, and physically. And they also means continuation of a meaningful or purposeful existence. So they had no vitality. They had none of this. They had no purpose, no meaning of life, none of these things. If only our people knew the truth, it should click something in you. It should make you think like, well, how did this happen? Like, you got to ask yourself, where is our state of mind? If a person who had I'll get to that minute, their type of mentality, and they conquered our people, where is our mind? How can we go from being the best to being nothing? You know, how? Now, it's easy to see where they come from. It's easy to see where we come from, especially by just one thing. I mean, our skin and our hair. Those are the main things to let you know where a person comes from. Because our hair was made as like a hat. It's a hat, and it protects us, our head, from the sun, as well as our skin is a darker shade than theirs because it protects us from the sun, because that's letting you know that we were people in of the sun. We're sun people. We're people who need the sun to shine on us. Our melanin protects us. Our hair protects us. Now, their ancestors, the reason why their hair grew like it did, even though our people hair grew long too, but it was more different than theirs. It was, they probably braided it, twisted it, and all that. Theirs just went straight down, but theirs was made for a blanket for them because of the cold temperatures that they were a part of, living, inhabiting the cold environments that they were living in. So let me see. European ancestors ate raw meat and were cannibalistic. Human meat was seen as just another meal. That's why they eat red meat. This is the reason that they can eat uncooked meat today. It's a part of their culture, their history. Before our people taught and conformed these devils with proper speech and knowledge, they were equivalent to a dog. Canine ways of life and lifestyle. Our people helped them to stand on their feet and be civil. They knew nothing about meaningful existence, morality, a God, intellect, or living civilized. Hint, they're telling you, like I said in some movies, like hint, the book of Eli. Listen, pay attention to the people and how their behavior. They're telling us right in our faces, and people are not getting it. They think it's just entertainment. That's just one movie. That's the most recent movie that people probably are familiar with. That's why I mentioned that one. But there's more. There's more. Just like they talk about Zion in the Matrix, you know, but they show you that Zion has the victory in the end. Who you think Zion is? Who you think Zion represents? It represents our people. This is something, you know, their history is something that they will never forget. That's their fuel. They are afraid it will happen again, and they will do everything in their power to prevent their history from repeating itself, even kill people to keep going from going back to that state of being, from losing their what the heck do you call that, their, you know, imitated lifestyle, because everything they do was an imitation of our people. So they're a carbon copy of everything that we've done, and time just, you know, advanced everything. That's all. But even with all the advancement of today, we still are not more advanced than the people were back then. With all this technology, all we're doing is advancing ourselves to death faster. That's it. That's what their technology is used for, to help kill people faster. That's it. You know, some things are a little bit different, like communication. That's the main thing, communication. That's it. That's the only thing that's different from back then. Everything else, it was better then than it is now. This is something that they will never forget. They will never forget their past. That is their fuel. So when they tell our people to forget the past and get over it, you get over your past. Look at, they remind themselves on TV. They have all these superheroes with their images because they refuse to accept the real superheroes. The same people who showed up and rescued them from perdition. Okay? The same people they enslaved and the same people they oppress and discriminate against today. You know? They compose and watch their fairy tale movies to encourage themselves. They live in a fairy tale and they want the whole world to live in a fairy tale with them. Everything about them is a fairy tale. It's a lie, you know? It builds them up to make them feel that they are really superheroes. Superheroes save lives, right? That's what they show, right? Well, you could have fooled me because they don't save lives. They do exactly the opposite. They destroy lives everywhere they have been and wherever they go. As long as we lay here quiet, black people, they will never let their feet up off our, the necks of our people. They really know that the real superheroes are the black people. We are the real superheroes. Yeah. Well, amnesia, the blackout. Amnesia. Our people have amnesia. Their minds are blacked out. They don't remember. You know, we don't remember where we come from. We don't know who we are. When you don't know who you are, when you don't know where you come from, when you can't link yourself to anything, when you don't know where you're going or your purpose in life, then someone can creep in, usually evil spirits, demons, evil men, women with evil intentions, and they can do or tell you anything to fill that void. They can fill that emptiness with anything. And in the case of Black people, that void has been filled with corrupt truth, money, love of material things, fornication, sexual immortality, drug abuse, and alcohol abuse. Our the truth that we have received is told in verse. From a fairy tale perspective, it caused our people to lack real value. Believe putting our trust and our love and our value in money, material things, drugs, sex, like houses, cars, that we don't have no real value. Nothing that's not nothing to value. None of these things that we see are anything to value except family. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. This is what's happening with our people today. The head of our families, the man, is mentally destroyed and doesn't realize it. Without their spiritual connection to our Creator, they are unable to hear the voice of the Most High, giving them the instructions that they need. He speaks directly to the men, and if they are destroyed mentally, living sinfully, that helps to destroy you and keep that communication line with our Creator broken. Where does that leave the hope for the woman and the child? It leaves us in the balance, just waiting to fall off, lost, out to sea with no navigator providing accurate directions. And then the women are forced to find their own way down a dangerous path because it is dangerous. Thank Yah, most of our men are waking up though, like I said. Like it was or I don't know, the story, well, the event happened in 1989. I think it was 1989, but they made a movie on Netflix recently about these 5 kids who were falsely accused of raping a white lady. 3 black boys. Well, I'm sorry. It was 5 black boys. One of them was mixed with some of the other race, but he was considered black because he had black in him. They accused these children of raping a lady, even though they knew that they couldn't link these children to these crimes. They still, first they coerced them, so they tricked them into admitting, admitting that they did something that they did not do. So, And these children, most of them only had a mother. They didn't have a father. And the one who did have a father, he was so messed up in his head that he convinced his own son to say he did something he didn't do just to protect his own self. So that's letting you know our men are mentally destroyed. Like, who in their right mind would tell their child to commit to a crime they didn't commit and destroy his life? There's a lot going on that our people don't understand. They just don't get it. The power is in you, black man and black woman. It's time for you to take a stand and remember who we are. It's time for our people to come out of fear, come out of pride, come out of ignorance, come out of selfishness, come out of homosexuality, come out of mental bondage, come out of self hate, come out of sin, come out of lust, come out of dependency, come out of laziness, come out of addictions, and all these things that are helping to keep our people spiritually, mentally, and physically bound, enslaved, or dead. The walking dead. Come back to power. Come back to love. Come back to a sound mind. Come back to honor. Come back to respect and righteousness. It's time to cross back over from death to life. Because right now, a lot of our people are on this other side, and that's the death side over there. They're on the death side. Come back across the fence. Come back to life. And let's put away this, you know, I even have to correct things in myself, because sometimes I have to catch myself because I actually know better. But being caught up in this lie so long, it takes time to filter out of us. So we have to start now and get it out. It's time to unify with one another in fatherly, motherly, brotherly, and sisterly love. To remember we are the true leaders of this earth. Black man, it is time. It is time for you to put your unmatched black woman back on the pedestal. We were the first, and we will be the last people standing when the way of this world is destroyed. It's going to destroy all evil lives on this earth. Yah has poured out his spirit on this entire world. All are being awakened. At some point, as you're going to wake up. So that means every nation, every creed, it doesn't matter who you are, and it ain't got nothing to do with a black or white thing. He poured out his spirit on this entire world. Some people are called back to power while others are being judged. That's why a lot of murders are happening. That's why unexplained deaths are happening. That's why all these sicknesses are meeting people. That's why all this pain is going on, because people are already being judged, especially our nation, because he said he will start with the house of Israel first. This is why our people have been suffering over these years from generation to generation, because this didn't start in 2000, and it started way back then. It started way back then. Some of our people, when some of the people in the world, when he poured his spirit out on, they awake and they began to repent, while others are losing their mind because of the facing their true self and who they really are, and their heart starts coming to life in them. So when he pours his spirit out, it awakens you. So if you awaken to wickedness, what do you think gonna happen to you? You can lose your mind. That's why you see some people out here walking around and they don't even know what's going on. They so caught up in their misery and from whatever that they've done in their life that when they awaken, they lost their mind. They couldn't face their own evils. Yeah, this is what I call it a prejudgment. Because the judgment already began, but it's not the end, the judgment day. It is like a prejudgment. So he's weaning out all the evil in our people, and he's going to wean out all the people, the the evil and negativity in other people, and then it's going to be the final judgment. And those people left standing will have a place to go. You know, those people who are left standing will have somewhere to go. You may go somewhere good, it may not be so good. Even the ones who he's judging now have somewhere to go. Even though they may be tormented today, that's not it. That's only the beginning for them. Everybody, nobody dies. No evil person dies, not the way we know death. Their death is not dead in a grave and you buried and that's just it. No, your soul goes somewhere else. Either you're going to go to live in torment for eternity, or you're going to graduate to a better level. You're going to be promoted. That's how you should look at it. Either you're going to be tormented, or you're going to graduate, get a promotion, which is good. Because judgment is coming for the whole earth. And when y'all spirit reaches you, it will either bring you peace or torment. And then you can tell by people's conversation and the way they look at you, and you can tell who's losing control. We can tell. I can tell. I was just talking to someone the other day, and they repeated themselves. They told me the same thing as if they don't remember they had just told me what they were trying to explain to me. And I was looking at the person like, wow. I'm like, and the way they did it was not like you repeating yourself to educate someone or edify someone. It was as if it was a brand new situation. And the way the person said it was, it made me think. And I said, they really don't realize that they just showed me. They just did this. Like, they don't realize what they just did. So some people, they're slowly losing it, or they already lost it. Do you want to be one of those people? Even if you've done evil, if you repent to our Creator, He will rip that wickedness out of you and renew your soul, renew your heart, renew your mind. And when He awaken you, you're not going to have to worry about facing His torment. Torment don't come from Satan. Torment comes from facing your own wickedness that He may have got you involved with by tempting you, but it still was your own choice. On TV, they show us these men wearing all this. Oh, well, let's talk about the secret society. I'm gonna be out of here in a minute. Well, on TV, they show us all these men wearing black suits and dark sunglasses. They're supposed to be secret society, FBI type tycoons. All of it is an illusion and deception. When these devils attack the anointed, they'll use this illusion as a fear tactic. You will actually see people driving around you, black suits, sunglasses. You may see some. Not everybody's going to wear that outfit, but some of them have. They will try to use it to intimidate you and cause you to fear. The truth is, the secret society members are the people of everyday life, like I mentioned before, in this system. This matrix, all these Mr. Smiths or Sams or whatever his name is, he want everybody to be thinking like him and looking and doing things just like him. That's what's going on in this world. Everybody got that Mr. Smith mind, except those few people like they show in the Matrix, those few who are fighting for their freedom and salvation. Well, the top of the pyramid are the rich. And then you got your lower levels, which are the people who work in banks, drive buses, eat at restaurants, work at the restaurants, riding bicycles, shopping at grocery stores, college professors, school teachers, doctors, law enforcement, armed service members, which are the military, the Navy, and the Air Force. Even homeless people help them. You got anybody will help these people. Like they can use anybody. They use tourists, they use employers, co-workers, property managers, property owners, your neighbors, anyone that they can use. And if they can't use these people to get close enough to hurt you or harm you, because these are the outside people, they will use those available in your home, which are usually is a partner or a lover, your parents, if you're a younger person, your relatives, and even your own children, even small children. Yes, it's something about a child. What I've learned that, especially when it comes to their witchcraft, something about a child. The child somehow gets, I guess they use them because they can have more power as a child. I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen it. I've seen them use children to try to use witchcraft on me. And just like I told that child, I said, you know what, you obviously know what you're doing, but I want to let you know that whatever you're trying to do is not going to work, and you will be held accountable for your actions. And I think he could have been about 15 or 16. They use younger children too. They tried to, but and he couldn't do nothing but just look at me and walk away, because I wanted you to know you will be held accountable for your actions, even as a child. So don't think because it's a child they're innocent. No, they're not innocent, because children understand what right and wrong just like adults. These people are, they're what they call agents. They're labeled as spies, initiatives, gang stalkers, civil soldiers, which are people who they paid, probably secretly, and or they're probably on the payroll. I don't know how that works. Maybe they have a secret account for those type of people. They are on call 24 hours a day because they are willing slaves. Some of them are mind controlled with either witchcraft spells, chemicals that cause you to for them to have some type of control over you, or some type of electronic implant, which I believe they either injected in us or people at birth or during one of their free vaccination trips or other free things they offer. And some of us, I believe, the reason why they really attack certain people is because they attack everybody, but they really come hard on certain people is because obviously whatever spell or mind control device that they have used on us, it don't work. It malfunctioned. Praise Yah. But they are what you call the people who help are in a part of this wicked system are what you call regular people. But they're regular people who are caught in Satan's web of wickedness, the injustice. They're stalking people, harassing people. They're bringing and trying to deceive you with deception, and they're trying to intimidate you with fear, and they have a lot of hate towards you for no reason. Sometimes they can even be violent. This is why people need to realize what's going on around here. You know, somebody said, "Be vigilant." That is the that was the bullseye when they said that, because that's exactly what we have to be: vigilant, very watchful, not in a paranoid, being vigilant, or like it says in the Bible, you have to watch. They're telling you, you have to understand, why do they say these things? They say these things because they knew what was happening. They telling you to watch. I'm telling you why they're telling you to watch, because this enemy never went to sleep on trying to destroy not just our people, but all those in the world who want to do right. But they really attacking our people because it's a heritage thing. If they had to, if everybody woke up and they had to return everything they stole from us, they would be right back in the Caucasus Mountains because they wouldn't have nothing. They wouldn't have that voluptuous lifestyle that they love to have so much today. They wouldn't have nothing because everything they've got, the basis that what their foundation was from theft, and they continue to play into this system of robbing people in a systematic way. You think our people wouldn't be very successful? Even the poorest person can still establish themselves in this world if they manage their money right. Anyways, some people feel that you can escape these devils when they're trying to attack y'all's people by relocating to another city, another town, another state, another country. I just want you to know you are dead wrong. And forgive me, y'all. I just had to say that because if you think you can run and God said do not fear, you already allowed them to get into your mind. When you start panicking and getting paranoid, you better stand. If you're going to die, stand facing the enemy. Don't turn your back on them. Let them shoot you or do whatever they got to do in your face. So therefore, you can do something if you need to do something. Stand. These people are all networked together all around this world. It ain't just America. That's what I'm trying to enlighten people about. I know they have used people from Russia. They have used people from Germany. They have used people from Africa. They have used people from China or somewhere, or Japan, one of them Asian places. They have used people in California, San Diego, to come up to me with some BS that I caught, and I don't play no games with them because I don't care about you. When you bring in wickedness to me, I don't care I don't care how you feel. I'm not going to smile in your face and be fake. No, I'm going to let you know you better keep it moving because I'm not going to play with you. Yes, I will. I'm not whitewashed. Heck, no, I'm not. That's why people can't stand me now, because even our own people, because they, like I said, they like that house nigga, you know. They hear people talking about escaping, and they be like, "Oh, master, I heard them talking about that they was gonna get away. You better go get them niggas." That's how our people are even today, just messed up in the brain, destroyed mentally, and don't even realize it. Like they said in that movie with Ice Cube, now when that officer was coming hard on him, he said, "You got a problem?" And he said, "Yeah, it's just too bad you don't know what it is, brother." What's that, Boys in the Hood? They was like, that's some real talk. They've been telling us the truth. People don't get it. They don't see what's happening, but I see. I see, but I'm only one. And I'm glad. The more I turn on that TV, I'm glad I do now, because I'm seeing more of my people speaking just like me, the truth, uncut, unedited. I'm like, yes, my Father is clicking. He's bringing everybody to surface. He's bringing them all out, bringing out all the kings and the queens, bringing us all out. We're all coming out. Yes, we are. So you better get on board with the right team. Yes, yeah. Thank you, yeah. Well, these people that they have working for them in their network, they're, like I said, they're considered initiatives, or workers of iniquity, what they say in the Holy Scriptures. They may not even be aware of all the participants. Like even though all these people around me, they probably don't even know that they using all of them. They don't even probably know like that they all on board because they don't want them to know like that. Because that's how you can get caught up. So you keep everything secret with everybody. So they're all working together on a need to know basis. So they may get an assignment and they don't even know why they're doing the assignment either. Like they don't explain to them, well, the reason why we're doing this to this person is because we just want to try and torment and torture them. No, they just be like, go follow this person. Go there everywhere they go. They don't tell them why. They just happy to do it just to get some money or whatever they have to do or whatever they give them. Some of them you got to be careful because some people, especially caught up in this government system, Social Security, Section 8, um, all these free programs. That's the first thing. Like they use people who got those things going on, and the moment you get, you know, involved with the truth, they'll threaten to take all that from you. They'll find a way to. They'll threaten you and tell you that they'll take all that from you. But you got to ask yourself, why would someone go through so much to try to ruin you for another person? You got to ask yourself. I know who they use. Some people, they don't think I know because I don't act crazy. I don't care what people think. Now, if you touch me, you come up in my face with that stuff where you basically bringing harm to me, like where I can physically feel you, you will feel me. You put your hands on me. Other than that, all the little chemicals they spray at people and the poisons they put around people, they intrude in our homes. Yes, they do. That's why people have all these problems with their head, headaches. So like I told you before, problems with their head, problems with their back, especially the lower back. Now, how many people in the world can have the same problem with their lower back? You understand what I'm saying? How many people, unless there's something going on? It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Yeah. While I'm live on this video too, they got their trolls on here. I'm glad you come to watch so you can get some of this truth too. Now, another thing, some people, well, before I get into that, let me finish this. So, like I said, these tyrants are on a need to know basis. Only the people that are higher up on the pyramid know what's really going on. They are the ones who lay the plans, the wicked plan, and control the people from a high place. Well, they got all these people underneath them that carry out all their tasks for them. They just make the decisions. They're the hidden people. I call them the puppet masters. They're the filthy rich, what you call a ghost ruler or owners of, running this world. The people who target and attack God's anointed are the puppets for these devils. So that's why they say that nobody's going to know who we are because they don't do the work. They pay everybody else to do it for them. Yeah. The whole time you might think it's the who we know as the white man, but they the ones doing the work for someone else. Yeah, you evil because you taking money to do evil things. Yeah, you living off blood money. So yes, you're wicked, but there's someone even higher than them who have a secret. Yeah, they have a secret that they live in our identity. That's their secret. It ain't a secret no more. So I guess you gonna stop paying America now, huh? Because your secret is out. Why is it so hard for people who are targeted to get hired for work? This is a very important for the people who feel the pressures of the wickedness because of their truth and knowing the truth and awaken to the truth. People, I'm going to tell you why. Even if a company did want to hire someone who is a target, if you tell them you're targeting them, they just call you and say, well, you know what, we decided not to hire you, or we took someone else, bull crap, you know. The reason why they don't hire targets, even if they're not a part of the targeting yet, is because when the puppet masters find out that they hired you, I'm going to tell you what they do to that company. The people who hired you, they will either demote their position, depending on what their position is, or fire them. Yeah, the people who hired the targets, yeah, who what the world is calling targets, God's anointed, or those that have been already awakened and enlightened to the truth. Then what they'll do to the target who's been hired, they will cause you so much discomfort, hoping that you would just quit. And if that doesn't work, they will create a false situation, a false faction to fire you. So this is why a lot of people are right now are out of work who have great potential and great abilities and skills. And it's not because they won't work, it's because they won't conform. And we're not supposed to. Light for the lost. This secret covenant that I was talking about, when those devils said, you know, some people don't get what's going on, but like me, I'm one of the light. I'm a light in a dark place. So they said to themselves in that covenant, which is true, that's what they do. They said, when a light shall shine among them, that they would do everything they could to extinguish that light, even especially with ridicule. And that's why I was trying to explain to you when I explained to you what the scripture said about that. And it's in that secret covenant. Now, why would those two say the same thing? That's two witnesses right there. They say the same thing. Actually, it's three different places. I got it from the Holy Bible, then the Apocrypha, and then that secret covenant. So there's three witnesses. Why? When the anointed are fully, when we're awakened, we become energized. We become vital. Like they said, they had no vitality, no spiritual energy, no mental energy, no physical energy. Well, we get all that. We already have it, but it becomes greater. We can see through the smoke, like we got Superman eyes or something. We can see through the illusions. We are not comfortable and cannot conform to unrighteous ways that, especially when they affect other people. We cannot be bribed with money or material things like someone tried to offer me. Now, before I start making these videos, I don't know if I put this in another video. I'm gonna tell you how serious this is. And people can say what they want. I don't care. I'm never gonna say that again because I don't care and I don't focus on that kind of stuff. But I was offered $1 million to not do my videos. As broke as I was at that time, my morality was more richer. And I will never take money from a devil just to not be, to tell my people what's happening around us. And I know it to some people that would seem crazy because everybody ain't got the same mind, same heart, same soul. And other people, they don't even need to offer them $1 million. You can offer them a couple $100 and they'll do something deviant to another person. Because that's how destroyed people's minds are. Man, it is out of control. We discern the right and wrong in everything. And before that reason, we even work towards righting the wrongs in our own lives. We're not perfect when the Most High pours His Spirit out on us and call us back to truth. We start, we become like, no, I can't do that. No, I can't. Like, we start correcting our own selves too. That means that we wasn't perfect, but it wasn't what our choices in life that made us, you know, available to Yah. It was our hearts that made Him see, like, okay, I can see what that person want to really do. I'll awaken them to truth and see what they do with it, because that's what He does. And I'll tell you about that later. I don't know if it's in this, but I'll tell you exactly what the Most High does. He actually sits back and allows us to choose everything. He watches. And sometimes, if he'll throw a stumbling block, or sometimes he'll move a stumbling block out your way. But He's still watching you and giving you the freedom to choose. All of us. Yeah. And there's actually writing that I can share with you about that if I haven't put it in here. Anyway, Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. Why do we share this information again? Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yah deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yah. So we work at trying to help others bring the truth to their minds, enlighten you, and please our Father at the same time, who showed mercy to us and helped us to see the truth and started correcting ourselves. So we're not perfect. Everybody's called, everybody. But not many are chosen. You got to know what that means, because some people don't realize when they say everybody's called. Everybody's called. Some people say a few people are called. No, everybody's going to be called, but not many will be chosen. That's why I said in one of my videos, I said, yeah, I was called, but I got to make sure I'm chosen too. Because just because you called don't mean you're going to be chosen. It's a lot of people that I know He's called and they're not chosen, because some of them committed suicide. Some of them committed murder. They're not going to be chosen. Mm-mm. Our Father, our Creator, is not a God who's confused. He don't like wickedness by no means. He understands that some people do things because they're being bothered. That's a difference. But when you just wicked in your own way, mm-mm, you will reap what you sow. What does it mean to rob Yah? So let me hurry up. I got 1, 2, 3 more. What does it mean to rob Yah? 2 Corinthians chapter 4, 3 through 4. Well, 3, and then I'll get to 4 in a minute. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. Given the gift of truth, knowledge, and understanding, then keeping it to yourself is robbing Yah. When He enlightens us, we are not supposed to keep it to ourselves. What benefit is it to one person to know the truth and the rest of the world is still left stuck in Satan's lies and don't know what the truth is and think that those lies are the truth and the way? 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of Yah, should shine. So, what does that mean? What is the gospel of Christ? He said, the enemy blind you, the people of the world, unless basically the glory of the Most High shines through people by being truthful and telling you what's really happening by any means, whether you ridicule them, whether you talk down on them, judge them, hate them, despise them, it don't matter. You're going to awaken to the truth whether you like it or not, because everybody's telling the truth. It's going to be to the point where it's going to be on every channel after a while, because it's basically that's what I'm seeing. Everybody's being exposed, even those rich people. Yeah, who've been raping all these girls in the industry and all that. Oh yeah, it comes back and bites you. And it's better for you to get it while you're young, because at least you'll get a chance to live out some of your life in righteousness. But I guess they enjoyed their young life. Now that he's old, he's gonna have a really bad life. But the gospel of Christ is the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is the word of Yah, and it's here to be exposed to the world, to help people see what's really going on, to help people change their ways if they're not living right. That's leading them to destruction and death, you know. For God, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6, for Yah who commanded the light to shine out of darkness have shine in our hearts. This is why people are waking up and running to tell the truth to the world, because like I mentioned before, once he awakened us, it's the spirit in us that runs to tell the world. Most of us, I know, I have never done videos until this. I haven't even, I don't even really take videos of myself or pictures that much anymore. But it's the spirit that moves us to do this, because it's the spirit that is guiding us to get the truth out to the world. So when people are talking, before you reject them, listen. You don't have to believe everything nobody says, but you need to listen and then decide. Don't just shine them off, because it may be a message for you. Now, saving and losing lives before I ride out of here. John 12 and 24. So, chapter 12, verse 24. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. John 12:25. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. Now, keeping quiet about the truth that can save the lives of our people, our nation, and even other people in the world who are righteous and trying to live right, by keeping the truth hidden, trying to save our lives. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about if someone come up to you with in a war that you shouldn't fight that battle. No, you should fight that battle. That's different. Trying to save your life is when someone threatens you because you know something that can help people, and you keep it hidden because they probably paid you or intimidated you or blackmailed you or whatever. That's how you lose your life, because you end up reaping what you sowed. You could have helped someone in a serious way and you didn't, to save yourself. Know the difference. Mark chapter 8:35. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel, the same shall save it. So when we tell the truth in his righteousness, his truth, which is parallel to this life, telling the truth, whether it's right, something happening that's right, or something that's happening that's wrong. Your personal business, that's your personal business. But when it's something that affects a person's life, then it becomes everybody's business. But that's why the world is messed up today, because people don't see it that way. If somebody's getting hurt, people don't care. That ain't mine. I don't care. It's different when you can't do nothing about it, but when you just don't care, that's low. Sometimes we ain't able, we can pray about it, but some people don't want to do that. They don't care. To have knowledge of the truth attracts danger. Once Yah enlightens us, it's like these devils was just waiting on our light to turn on. Because they've been, once you wake up, you realize that they've been attacking you your whole life. They've been using people around you your whole life to destroy you. And in some cases, it could be your parents, your siblings, your best friend. It could be anybody. Once he wakes you up, oh, you find out exactly who those anybody's are. You do. You have to be willing to die for this truth, because the world will target you for destruction and death. But the Most High said, do not fear. I believe that's what leads you to the death, is the fear. Not these devils and their wickedness, because he tells you all the time. That's why I find the words of the Most High himself, when he speaks, nothing overrides what he says in my mind. I don't care what came after what he said. What he says, nothing will override it. So he tells you, don't be afraid of these devil's faces when they come at you. Don't be afraid of their wickedness. Don't be afraid of the things that they might try to do to you. So I don't. I trust him, my creator, my maker. So all our people should do the same. Like I said, no matter what comes your way. Mark 8 and 36 through 37. For what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? That's going to be funny when that day comes, huh? What can you profit? What can you possibly, you know how many people in this world have sold their soul and know it, but they think it's a joke because they don't understand the spiritual side of everything, because they're mentally destroyed. Are black men for money? They don't let people take them in the butt for money, just to get money. And I'm not talking about people who willingly say they're homosexuals. I'm talking about people who's supposed to be straight. Some of these men in this world who you think are straight have went across the other side. It's dangerous out here. Oh Lord, no, it's danger. Ain't nothing more dangerous than that willing stuff. Well, a lot of people are complacent. They're sitting in complacency. They're comfortable. They don't want to move. You know, Psalms 53:4. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? They don't have no knowledge. Who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon Yah. Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? He's telling you, you got people who have no knowledge destroying you. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread? Is Israel a servant? Jeremiah asked. Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Why is he messed up? Why he won't pick himself up? Why he won't come out of this darkness that got a hold on him? Why he won't fight? Why is he complacent? Why is he comfortable being abused? Psalms 53:5. There were they in great fear where no fear was. Everything and everyone has gone backwards. Our people had no fear one day, then another day come and they're just fearful. And that fear, they're stuck in it now. They're stuck in that fear even to this day, 2020, January 17th, still to this day. That's why all these deaths are happening. The police is killing our people. Teachers are hitting on our kids. Daycare workers is abusing our kids. It couldn't be me. You couldn't hit my kid. I promise you, you couldn't hit my kid. I'm questioning people and for my nephews and nieces. So what you think gonna happen if you hit my child? Something that come from my bowels. You won't even be able to hit my nephews. They're young. The other ones can defend themselves, the older ones, but if they need me, I'm there. You can't hit none of my family, especially not our children, because we have to protect them. Can't no teacher or no outside person out of my family hit any of my young nephews or nieces, if anybody have a daughter anytime soon, and think that it's just gonna be, oh, we just gonna discuss it. No, I'm gonna go in there and slap the hell out of you. I'm gonna do something awful to you because I don't play that. But that's where we're complacent. We need to get up out of this complacency and this fear because these people are destroying our kids. I just saw a post. I think it was on Facebook. Somebody hit. That happened a year ago though, but still, I just seen it and it was like it just happened right now. Somebody hit one of a black person's child with a ruler in her face, and what they said, they gave the teacher leave. Yeah, they gave the whole leave. Forgive me, y'all, because they didn't want nobody come up in there destroying her. But I guarantee you, they did not reprimand her. They did not give her no type of punishment, and she's probably paid on her leave. This is why our people need to wake up. These people are killing our people, killing our men, killing our women, killing y'all children, our children, because I include me, because they're my people. And we don't do nothing. To hell with a march. We need to fight. Look what marching did to our people. They comfortable now. They done marched to the White House. They gave you Martin Luther King month. What the hell is that? You think Martin Luther King was the person who fought for us? He wasn't the only one who fought for us. What about everybody else? What about those months? That means the whole calendar should be sold up then with Black People Month, because every day of the month there was a person fighting for us. That name should be recognized. Y'all have mercy. When I made my video last week, I did not know that America had bombed Iran. And me and my dad was talking about that too, and I'd be right before he did that. And I told him, them people gonna mess America up. So he said if they bombed America, this was before they bombed it right the next day or that week, the same week we talked about it. He he said that America, he really think that America tough. I said them people gonna do some awful to America if they mess with them people, and that's what they did. They retaliated. Black people, don't you get in a war? You better step back. Now, when they fight, let them fight for themselves. Our people did enough fighting for these devils. Let them fight on their own. They start this mess, let them finish it on their own. Yeah. Only defend our people. Blacks defend blacks. Shit. Because we haven't been fighting for our own selves. We need to start fighting for our own selves. These people get us involved in these battles and then send our men out there to die. Usually they're the ones who survive. But still, that's not the point. The point is they send them out there to die, put them on the front line to die. They have no care for nobody. They don't even have care for their own household. They don't care about nothing because they're canine mentality. They're animals. They don't care about nothing but war and riches and power. They have no love in them. They live a compromising life. Okay, we can be together because it's a compromise. Well, let's spend our money together to both buy this house. Let's spend our money together. It's compromising. There's not love anywhere in that. Our people, if black people were communicating about real things, have our little think tanks going on, our meetings and groups where we have our social gatherings, we would already know that our people are being targeted for murder, attacked daily. Some know it while others deny it. Our people are not sick or dying just because there was a strategic plan enacted that it was created to destroy us, and that plan included us helping them. We have to wake up and turn this thing back around because we're living in an inverse state, and we need to flip it right back to where it was, so we can stop moving in the direction of death and start walking back in life, smiling, being happy, seeing everybody progressing, living fruitful and abundantly, happily, without hate, envy, or jealousy, or self hatred, but loving yourself and not judging people because they don't look like you, or dress like you, or have what you have, or go where you want to go. Well, it's important. So until next time, understand that we are the key. We have to wake up. It's funny that I say that because everybody is going to wake up, whether they willingly do it or not. It's better to choose willingly, understanding the circumstances, than to wait until something drastic happened and then you want to try to, get on a winning team. No, that you're going to fall if you do something like that. You're going to fail. Pay attention what's going on in the world. Like I said, the world is already being judged. People are not just dying because they're just dying. The Most High has his hand in everything, like I said. He can stop things at any time, but he chooses to do things his own way, whether we understand them or not. Only way you can avoid that prejudgment is if you turn away from the things that are destroying our people and start loving your own people and yourself the way the Most High created you, how you came into this world from the mother's womb. Mm. Y'all bless you all of us. May his power guide you through this darkness, and his grace and mercy bring you comfort as we travel until everything is turned back the right way. Y'all bless you. And I am out of here. 3T's is out of here, out of here, out of here. And we come to tell you nothing but the truth in love. And like I said, it's what I call my love and knowledge. So it's love and knowledge. So to all my people, this is my love and knowledge to help enlighten us, keep us encouraged, and keep us moving towards a unifiable goal and a powerful state that we will have once we unite. I love you. Have a good night. Y'all bless you all in anything you may be facing today, right now. I hope everybody's feeling really good. But if people are not feeling good, I pray that the Most High will send His spirit of comfort to you and bless you and bring you a smile and relaxation or comfort. Until next time, peace out. Out of here.